Well, before I went into the break, we have a big debate going on the anti-communal violence bill, which is being seen as a secular card being used to play a communal game. Two hands going up there. I quoted the Home Minister to Sanjay Jha, who was getting all feisty before I went into the break. And the Home Minister says, creating new laws. 1 minute, you will hear the other side first. Creating new laws is no answer. The Home Minister says that a few months back. And today you say, only a new law is the answer. Why? Because it helps you do your vote bank politics. Sanjay Jha, think about it. Meenakshi Lekhi wants to respond before I come to you. Meenakshi Lekhi, you agree? Meenakshi Lekhi. And by the way, 1 second. In this part of the debate, let one side finish before the other starts. Meenakshi Lekhi.
You see, Mr. Jha seems to have suggested that nobody has read the bill except him. Let me ask him two questions. My first question goes to him in saying that organized, communal and targeted violence, hate propaganda, sexual assault. These are the laws, these are the presumptions under this enactment, and they only happen to minority community. They never happen to majority community. That is the suggestion by the act. Do you agree with that? The second thing is compensation, restitution and rehabilitation. That is post the trauma work requires to be done only for minority community and not for the majority community. Do you agree with these two propositions?
Well, let me answer. I don't think she's also read the bill properly. Number one, the definition is not about
so only you have.
Mr. Jha, you want to know the section? I'll quote the section.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm answering your question. You and your party have raised an issue today, and I read Mr. Jaitley's statement. I'm assuming so have you. Your big objection seems to be actually on the federal structure that might be...
No, 1 second, please. 1 second. She's asking...
Don't make a fool out of yourself. She's asking something else.
I'm answering your question. He's asking you completely something else.
He's not read nothing and he understands nothing about the law.
Let me finish.
He understands absolutely nothing.
You have tried to take the people for a ride. In 2002,
organized communal and targeted violence only happens to minority. It never happens to majority community.
First of all,
the center was absolutely incapable of doing anything about it. In Muzaffarnagar, Arnab, you asked me this question.
Mr. Jha, please stop for a minute. Please don't go on a tangent. Mr. Jha,
a structure to ensure.
Mr. Jha, don't go on a tangent. Please stop. I request you. Please stop. Please stop. What's Meenakshi Lekhi? Otherwise,
that question is there. She's trying to divert the attention.
Stop.
It is covering people. 1 minute. It is covering
Mr. Jha, please stop. You can't go on and on and not listen to the question.
Even for that matter,
and especially when you don't make any sense.
No, 1 minute.
Do you agree?
Is considering Dalits and tribals. And by the way, if you look at the history of riots in India, every time, and look at Godhra for example, in the Godhra, the majority community was initially, the one that lost their lives, and you saw the reprisal and retribution that happened. So I think if you look at the history, and I've got the entire history in front of me,
so
every time there has been a riot, it is the majority.
Mr. Jha, 1 minute.
That has unleashed violence in the minority
should not
community.
get compensation.
That has been a reality that has happened.
1
minute, let me finish.
Mr. Jha, 1 second, please stop now.
In the country.
Please stop. I have something to say to you.
Laws in the country,
Mr. Jha,
to make sure that if there is any attack on anybody, the guilty will be punished. This law at the moment tries to ensure that those who are actually going to be in the fear of displays,
Mr. Jha, 1 second, please stop.
Protected. There's nothing
Mr.
wrong
Jha,
with that.
please stop for a minute, please. 1 second. Mr. Jha, you know, when we were in the first and second year of college, we used to do college debates. In those college debates, we used to say that there are two things which are very difficult. One thing which is difficult is defending the indefensible. But you used to like it for the intellectual challenge. You may take that position sometimes.
Oh,
but the other, allow me to.
What do you mean?
Allow me to.
Excuse me,
Mr. Jha.
1 minute. I will
don't
judge right away. By the way, this is even I have studied in college.
Mr. Jha, have a sense of humor.
Right away. What do you mean?
I'll tell you what I mean. I'll tell you what I mean.
What do you mean, Arnab?
Mr. Jha,
have you read the bill? I'm wondering whether you have read the bill.
Mr. Jha,
I have read the bill.
Mr. Jha,
I have read the bill.
Mr. Jha, allow me.
No, I don't think you have.
Please stop. You see, for the viewers, goodness sakes.
I must compliment Mr. Jha that he is extremely gutsy. Not does he make a fool out of himself once, but he continues to do it throughout the program.
No, let's not get
Miss Lekhi asked him about why there is why is there a difference between majority minority, and he talks about the federal structure. I mean, if you don't know what she's talking about, if you don't know what she's talking about,
because there are multiple laws to arrest people who do anything wrong in
Mr. Jha, the second thing,
and
please.
by the way, this one is
Mr.
about 1 minute.
Mr. Jha, 1 second.
Read the title of the bill, boss.
Mr. Jha, 1 second.
You read
please.
the title of the bill.
Mr. Jha, please. Mr. Jha, please, 1 second. I request you sometime. I request you, please, But the second thing in college debates, which we were told, is the other very difficult thing, is the wonderful art of arguing against yourself. Now, this was a tactic whereby a good debater would draw a line. We know how we used to practice in debates. We used to draw a line, and on one side ask yourself the question, and go on the other side and answer the question which you asked yourself. Now, Mr. Jha, however tempting and delicious it is for you, please don't answer the question you ask yourself. Answer my question, and answer the question of Meenakshi Lekhi. My question is this to you very simply, right? And you please just wait. Let's get Shahid Siddiqui and the others also in just 1 minute. If it is being said...
No, you asked me. 1 minute. You asked me, let me answer.
This is a democracy. I have a right to ask everyone. Anyone, please, Mr. Jha, please.
No, 1 minute. You asked me because you seem to have a question to ask me. I may have all the answers for you waiting.
Mr. Jha, I will ask you, but tonight, you are all guns blazing. I have to ask others with your permission, Congress Party's permission. My question is only this tonight.
You don't have my permission.
On a serious note, if you are saying this, that the Indian Penal Code...
No, I'm a very serious note too.
Mr. Jha, 1 minute.
Yes.
If the Indian Penal Code has enough proposals to punish inciting of violence or creating a situation, if those are enough to deal with...
Right.
For any Hindu victim of violence to go and say, tell the Hindu victim of violence, the Indian Penal Code is good enough for you. But you say a Muslim victim of violence, for him the Indian Penal Code is not good enough. Now, either you have the Indian Penal Code for everyone or you don't have the Indian Penal Code for everyone. It's as simple as that. You don't declassify victims of violence on the basis of their religion. 1 second. Now we take the view of Shahid Siddiqui on this. Shahid Siddiqui, what do you think? Shahid Siddiqui.
There's a larger context of this. I don't think you have understood it.
If Mr. Sanjay will let me speak, because he has this wonderful habit of not allowing anyone else to speak, and I understand that he, as a hired congressman, he will...
nothing personal, don't get personal. He's a congressman.
He doesn't have. So let me... I'm not getting personal, but I'm
Mr.
Siddiqui,
Mr. Siddiqui, I'm a very relaxed man, and I will tell you haven't read the bill, and it is pretty obvious. Cut out your electoral and rhetorical adrenaline. It has no purpose.
Please let me speak.
So stop getting personal, and I will let you carry on.
You see,
even I'm a debater. Arnab Goswami knows that. I don't know we are discussing a
okay.
So let us not get personal here.
I've been demanding this bill for long, but the point is that if they had intention to get this bill through, then they should have tried to bring in those who are opposed to it for various reasons. Say federal question. If others were opposed to it, they should have worked on them. They have not done their homework. They have not tried to. And BJP, some of the objections raised by the BJP can be met. Even Muslim groups, even the NGOs have been saying that the definition of the victim can be relooked into, and we can satisfy some of the objections raised by BJP, Shiv Sena or the other groups. Because the intention is not to bring Muslims and Hindus into confrontation.
No, we have equality before the law.
The victims of the riots, which they have not been getting in the past.
Absolutely. No, equality before the law. I'm saying tonight, should we?
This bill is ultra virus of the Constitution. Article.
You think it'll be defeated if it goes with challenge in court?
The law provides for equality before the law, equal protection of the law. This certainly will not stand the test.
Then anybody can go to the Supreme Court.
So what's the intention?
My point is they don't have any intention of getting
the intention is before election bring it.
Majority of the congressmen do not support this bill. They don't want this
That's
bill.
right. And let me tell you, Mr. Jha, since you don't know your facts and you keep...
reservation bill, they do not support the communal violence and targeted bill.
Mr. Siddiqui knows what the congressmen want.
Mr. Jha, just keep quiet for 2 minutes. Just in case you don't know, we all know you suffer from that foot in the mouth disease. But do you know, in the conference of
one at a time,
in the conference of chief ministers, your own party chief ministers have also expressed their concern over this bill.
A communal violence bill.
This bill was vehemently refuted by majority of the chief ministers in the conference held a few months back. Do you know that?
Name them.
So therefore, Mr. Jha, before you talk, you get your facts clear. And please don't pretend to know the bill, because you've not addressed a single question which was put forth to you on this bill.
If there is no objection,
throughout this show, all that you've done is picking out some political points and not made any sense at all.
Shiv Sena MPs in Parliament, let them debate it in Parliament. Let the people hear what your objections are.
In that case, why are you coming here? In that case, why does your
debate it in Parliament?
On the serious note,
the MPs will do what they have to. Since you've come here to defend the Congress party, you debated here first.
Meenakshi
Lekhi. To access to justice.
It's not to defend, it's to explain why the country needs the bill.
Justice and moral injury can only happen to minority community according to this bill. And if it happens to majority community, they don't have any recourse to it, at least under the Act.
No, my question
compensation, etc., rehabilitation should only happen to minority community and not to majority community.
This is another fit example of pseudo-secular politics practiced by the Congress party.
Meenakshi Lekhi to sit here and take a posture that the BJP is the big protector of the Hindus.
Mr. Jha, I would suggest
it is such a shame.
1 minute.
It is such a shame that the BJP is trying to play politics here in a TV studio. Let me tell you, I don't think, Meenakshi, you know that you're twisting the facts here.
You're not answering the question.
Okay, Sanjay Jha, one second.
It will ensure that anybody who's affected.
No, Sanjay Jha, no, Sanjay Jha.
Anybody from any community who's affected in an adverse way in a
majority community
will get protection of law, will get relief, will get rescue, will get rehabilitation.
Who is adversely placed?
You have raised this
You
point
mean to say majority community is not adversely placed in this country?
People in relief camps are not getting support.
Right.
By the way,
your facts right.
Sanjay Jha, listen to others.
The majority community are still in
No, 1 second.
And you've done nothing.
1 second. I want shorter answers. I want
number of riots are happening in state of Kerala, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, controlled by you.
1 second. Can I please come in between both of you? Don't speak for a minute. 1 second. Don't make factually inaccurate comments. You say everybody has access. I say tonight, everybody should have access. As per 14, equality before law. As per 15.1, state will not discriminate on any grounds of religion, caste, race, sex, place of birth, etc., etc. But in this particular case, it is absolutely clear that there will be probably, if you look at it, a presupposition of guilt of a particular community, depending upon the religion. That is not acceptable, Mr. Jha. And Mr. Jha, some people will have access under the riot to the Indian Penal Code. Some people will have access to this particular bill. Why? Why do you want to divide Hindus and Muslims on these lines?
It is only applicable once it's established. 1 minute, I don't know what you're saying.
Well, you obviously know what I'm saying.
There if it's established by law, through enforcement, through investigation. And by the way, here, you're talking about even the federal, by the way, what we're talking about is even the federal structure has been given its own independence and empowerment.
Well, I put that question, I give a last word.
Now, the big challenge that we have in our country.
Last word.
The big challenge that we have in our country.
Meenakshi Lekhi, she's been quiet.
Talk about federal.
Meenakshi Lekhi's turn, please now. Mr. Meenakshi Lekhi.
That the states are free to discuss.
Meenakshi Lekhi, please.
You see, the discrimination based on the religion is basically the intent of this act, and which is nothing but playing communal politics short of election, knowing very well this will be struck down by the court even if it's passed by the parliament. One, it will not be passed by the parliament. Two, even if it's passed, it will be struck down. So it is only playing bad politics before election and playing divisive politics. There is no intent to control rioting, because riots can be controlled without this law only by good administrative mechanism, as Gujarat has shown. Post 2002, there has not been riots.
Which we saw.
I'd say this.
And
we saw the administration of the state in Gujarat 2002.
States like Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh,
and we saw Uttar Pradesh a few months ago in Muzaffarnagar. What happens?
Controlled by Congress government.
I think the country has seen how the federal structure has developed, has completely delivered as well.
Okay, completely out of time. I thank you all.
Move away from
it's quite clear to me
who can be a victim.
This bill will be contentious. This will be debated. We have had all sides on the heated debate on the Newshour tonight. I thank you all. Meenakshi Lekhi, Sanjay Jha, Shahid Siddiqui, Rahul Narwekar, and before that Kamal Faruqui for joining me.